What is going on, guys? It is Puffins here, bringing you another serving of some delicious gameplay. This time I'm playing in the KV-5, which is a Tier 8 premium Soviet heavy tank. Has good armor, decent DPM, preferential matchmaking, because it has absolutely terrible horrendous penetration. It's like 188 on its standard, 186 even on its standard, and 219 on its premium. Absolutely horrendous penetration, but you get the preferential matchmaking, although because of how matchmaking works in this game, you do not get matchups like this very often. So when you do, you have to take advantage. So this is a good game that I had on Pilsen, which is a map that I don't play a ton because I have generally had this map banned, but because I'm trying to 3-mark the KV-5, I have banned some other maps that are even worse for it. So, right off the bat here, I load penetration. Well, I do actually. I load gold because I need the penetration. Because, as you can see, this defender, clearly he's going to go to the heavy tank side of the map, and I need gold to even have a hope at penetrating him. Unfortunately for me, the defender is a much newer Tier 8 premium and heavy tank than the KV-5. Therefore, it is flat out better in almost every regard. I actually don't know. I know it has insanely better armor, way more penetration, much higher alpha. The only thing is I don't know if it has better DPM. I would not be shocked if it did, because that's just how these things work in this game. Anyways, so right off the bat, I like to take up this position in this kind of matchup where things might actually struggle to penetrate me because it's a low tier game. When you take the KV-5 out in higher tiers, nothing struggles to penetrate you unless they don't know how to aim. So that's unfortunate. But here, against tier 6s, this is a kind of position that you can really make work. I'm defended off of that corner. And as you can see, already can't even penetrate the side of that defender. I did have a little bit of a green indicator and did fluff that shot, but it is very difficult to penetrate defenders in this tank. Unless they give you a flush shot on the side, any sort of angling will make it nearly impossible, as we'll see in a second here as I get another shot into the side of this defender as it tries to push around this corner. Not actually in a second. That one he has a flush angle and I penetrate him and take off his tracks, and he kills my driver. And I'll reload here just not in time to retrack him and do damage and get smacked by artillery for that. So I'll wait out the stun, I guess. Fun interactive gameplay here. I'm waiting for him to try to give me that shot again on his side, bouncing that Tiger P like it is nothing. So I'm not sure what he's shooting at. This SU-152, I believe, takes a shot, but just fluffs it. And I want to take advantage of this defender looking to push into him. As you can see, no chance of penetrating the side of that tank, even though it's at a relatively flat angle to me. And I'm using gold penetration. I was trying to get that rear left track wheel as he pushed past me, track him and do damage, but instead I just track him, he repairs, and he will go to punish that SU-152. I'm pushing over now, try to help him out, keep my teammates alive. This Tiger P, though, will prevent me from doing so, and he makes the correct decision after bouncing off me 2 or 3 times, just start firing gold, and he blasts one through my one of my radio turrets on the front. And this is another big mistake for me. I push out super wide, don't really get the angle that I need, and suffer my ammo rack for it. So now my DPM is cut in half, and thankfully the defender here also makes a huge misplay. Why can I not zoom out at all? This is so annoying. There we go. And fires directly into my frontal plate. So I believe this, on the entirety of my front of this tank, from a defender, you will easily penetrate both of these R2-D2s. You will easily penetrate this front plate. You probably can penetrate through the mantlet because that happens all the time in this vehicle. You can easily penetrate the lower plate. The only place that you might not be able to penetrate, I think, is directly on this weld. You might even be able to go through the upper plate without any problems. But I believe on this weld, the sloping is at its most effective, and there is a little bit of overlap, and it's the thickest right there. So yikes. And you can see SU-152 here. What were they thinking with the defender? I'm going to say that he probably didn't miss that shot on the defender when the defender was looking at me, and he just did no damage. And also get hit by artillery and lose my gunner. So that's unfortunate. Have no ammo rack, no gunner, and yellow tracks. So I'm backing way the fuck up right now, trying to get let my teammates help me, and this Type 59 decides to push out, so I'm like, well, I'll support him. Gotta keep my teammates supported. And I'm looking at this defender because I don't want to get shot in the side for 400 damage, as that is almost all of my remaining health. Type 59 does finish off that Tiger P. I try to clutch a shot there into the Santa Meal, but with no gunner, no chance. So finally my repair kit comes back up after I'd used it to get rid of my artillery's done, or actually to heal my driver from the defender. So get my gunner back, so now I can actually aim, but finally as well get my ammo rack back. So that's convenient. Get a shot into this defender. A little bit of a misplay here because I was reverse side scraping and I wanted to pull forward after a shot into that corner and instead push backwards because I'm an idiot. But I will be able to get another shot into this defender because of it, as he pushed all the way around me, and he bounces. Now, where did he bounce? He bounced off my lower plate here. Now, the only reason that he bounced that shot was because he managed to hit me directly when the front side of my tank, or the back side of my tank, I should say, was up on this ridge, and it... What? How can I not see it now? What? Changed the angle of my lower plate to make it steeper for him, and he auto-ricocheted. So, convenient. Now I'm backing up here because I don't want to get shot by the SU in any capacity, really, and turn my tank, and I will be able to get a shot into him as he comes around the corner. I believe that killed his driver or his engine as he really slowed down there, and I get the ram. The KV-5 is infamous for its ramming ability, as it has a very high tonnage. Snap a shot into this AMD. Has high tonnage and decent speed you can reach in this tank, 40 kilometers an hour, I believe, max speed limit. And easily able to crush that SU with a quick ram. Saves myself some HP, and now we are in a 2 versus 5 as the Type 5 finishes off the defender and will fall. Type 59, I should say, actually, not Type 5. Type 59 finishes off the defender before falling himself, and now we're in a 1 versus 5 situation. I have 2.3k damage blocked already and 2100 damage. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how I deal with this. One thing I do want to highlight before we go any further is how great this position is right now for me. So I have this wall, and this pile of rubble protecting the majority of the sides and back of my tank. So really all these tier 6 tanks have to shoot at is the front of my tank, which is brilliant for me. This Cheeto actually does have shots at the side of my turret, but he doesn't fire gold, as we'll see in a second, so he doesn't go through because he's playing a tier 6. Clutch this shot into the AMD. And here I'm looking and trying to decide which will be the most of a threat. Managed to absorb that with my tracks. He bounces off the front of my tank, and we get to keep going. So I'm still firing gold here. I probably don't need to be, well, definitely don't need to be at this point. But like I said at the beginning, KV-5 has absolutely horrendous penetration, and I'm surprised that shot does damage. But I guess I must have hit the backside of that wheel and also gone into the tank. Lose my loader here to the Cheeto. I believe he does get 1 penetration into me. And now I start bouncing him again, because he needed to be firing gold. A lot of the reason I've been able to pull this off is that this Cheeto refused to fire gold into my side of my turret. But yeah, it's been going pretty well for me. And like I said right before this kind of all started happening, this position is excellent right now for the KV-5. This is a dream scenario where you have a bunch of lower tier tanks who don't have the penetration to reliably penetrate you without firing gold, and you're in a spot where you can kind of stop them from shooting you in the sides of the rear. You can camp all your targets in front of you, keep them in a narrow gun arc, come out directly in front of that Cheeto, no fear that he's going to penetrate me. He's just not firing gold. He needs to be. That tank has horrendous penetration. It's absolutely abysmal. Some tanks that Wargaming has put in this game are just question marks, big enigmas to me. Like, for example, the Cheeto and the the tier 7 as well, just have such terrible penetration. It's insane that they exist in the same game as like other tanks, I guess. I don't know. You have like 175 millimeters penetration in that tank, and it's just not enough. Even with gold, it's not very high. But try to clutch that shot in. Do not get it, and get smacked by artillery for 250 damage. And yeah, not feeling good. Don't even have my repair kit back up. But this EBR takes such a wide angle that I'm able to clutch that shot in, even though I'm still stunned, which is very lucky for me. And now it's just me in a one-on-one with the artillery. So I'm feeling pretty good about it. I know that there's going to be kind of soft / hardcover as I come around this corner, so I don't think that he'll be able to snapshot and kill me. So that's why I feel comfortable. I'm going this way instead of the other way. As you can see, I have these barrels in front of me, which I'm pretty sure his shell hits the barrels, meaning I don't take any damage from it, and it doesn't stun me. So that's just map knowledge, folks. That's just map knowledge. Finish him off, and this is my first ever Kolobanov'S. So of course I had to upload it to YouTube. What can I say? But yeah, let's go take a look at the end plates. Here we are at the end plates, and as you can see, got a whole swath of medals. Got the Kolobanov'S medal for standing alone against 5 or more enemy tanks. Like I said, the first time I have ever received a Kolobanov'S medal in like 12,000 battles or something crazy. Billet's medal, also I believe the first time I've gotten one of these. I've never even heard of this medal before, but it's awarded to players to destroy at least one enemy vehicle and survive the battle despite having at least 5 different critical hits and 80% more loss of hit points. So cool. Steel wall and Spart and cool headed, unsurprisingly, and a Top Gun. Also the Ace Tanker, go me. Also robbed this guy, robbed of the high caliber. From this Object 252 Defender. He beat me by, what's that, 30, 28, like 50 HP, 50 points of damage, and I would have had the high caliber as well, but good kudos out to this guy. He played very aggressively, did well, and gets high caliber. So fired a ton of gold that game, but still made 60k profits, so go team. Hope you enjoyed this gameplay, hope you learned something, saw a new side of Pilsen, or at least enjoyed watching me get my first ever Kolobanov'S. If you'd like to see more content like this, you can follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/puffins, that's PUFF1NZ. Subscribe to my YouTube, I'll probably upload more videos like this. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. Links are all in the description or on my Twitch page, one or the other. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy the rest of your...
Let's go!